Setting of Primavera P6. As we proceed with our Primavera P6 live relations, we need to have some settings in the software. If you don't, you will get messages like this. One is, the appropriate industry for your organization has not yet been selected in the admin preferences. So we are going to do some setting changes. I'll go to first admin menu and go to admin preferences, and here I'm going to go to the industry. And here we are going to select one of these industries that we are going to work upon. So here I am going to go for high technology, manufacturing and others. And this is the industry we are going to select. With that message that your industry selection has not happened is going to be removed. Then you have some general related setting. So here we have quote separator. Starting of the week, we'll continue with all the default ones. Activity duration, the default duration is 5 days. If you want to change it to 10 days or 4 days, here you can change. I'll continue with 5 days. On data limits, we'll continue with the same. No change with respect to the data limits for the tree. Then you have ID lengths. ID lengths again will continue for 20. ID lengths such as project ID, WBS code, etc. So these ID lengths that we are going to continue for 20. Time periods, we are going to keep the default time period. So that is 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, and 172 hours a month, which is 22 working days in a month, and 2000 hours a year. We have a dedicated calendar relation. Here we are going to learn, or in that relation we are going to learn in more detail. Then we have earned value. Earned value related calculations and settings will be discussed in earned value management, and we have a dedicated video relation for it. Then you have reports. I'm not going to change anything with respect to the reports. Then we have options. Option, here again we'll continue with all the default ones. Rate types, the default one is standard rate, we'll continue with that. Industry, I just changed. Exception site list, you can add if you have using this add button. We are not going to change anything here, and I'll close it. So you change the industry selection and it is effective immediately for new P6 professional users, and I'll say OK, and I'm going to, this is closed. Now I'll go to another set of settings. Go to edit menu here and go to user preferences. In the edit menu user preferences, we have first one is time units. The units of time should be in hours. By default it is days. I'm going to change it to hour. Then decimal places, I'm going to keep it as 0. So unit label I'm going to enable. Next one is duration for format, that is duration format, that will be in days. If you want to change anything with respect to say week or month, that you can do, but we'll continue with the day. The decimal place I'm going to keep it as 1. So duration label enabled. An example here is 10.1. Another one is units time format. Resource units time can be shown as percentage or as units per duration, which is telling you how many hours a resource is working on. For example, 50% means 4 hours per day. So you can go with a percentage or hours per day. I'm going to choose hours per day. You have to be comfortable with both as you proceed, but most of the time you are going to use units and duration in hours per day. Then you have the currency. The default currency is US dollar. We can change the currency. We have a dedicated video in this lesson how to change the currency. Then you have assistance. Assistance is with respect to new resource wizard and activity wizard, which pops up wizards, and it gives you step-by-step instructions. We are going to continue with that. When you have some familiarity, then you can disable these wizards. Then you have application. Application default Windows startup is activities. I am going to change it to projects. We'll start with projects. Rest of the settings I am going to keep as it is. Then you have password. We are not going to have any separate password when you open up the software. Nothing or no changes with respect to resource analysis. Calculations, we'll continue with that. Startup filter, again the default settings will be applied. So some of the settings I changed, and these we are going to use as you proceed with Primavera P6 live relations. Whenever we are going to have any additional setting changes, I will be explicitly informing you.